Alright, listen, right? I saw some people say 9 to 5. What's harder, 9 to 5 or streaming? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. If you think streaming is harder, you've never worked a real job in your life. Heated debate, bro. This is actually, yeah, you brought up a good point. Why is this a heated debate? Like, honestly, I feel like they're rage baiting though. I think they're trying to get people mad. Alright, but let's get into it.
Just like your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job is
chill.
you would have to actually have to go to work.
Went to school, and still...
And pay rent.
I think they are trolling.
That's your choice.
You're hungover.
My fault. Ari said something. She said, I would laugh in their face too if they think streaming is harder. Bro, watch this shit, bro. Especially Lacey. Bro, Lacey is like their representative or something, bro, because he's at the front the whole video. So sad you have to press 2 buttons. What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
Yo, he's gotta be.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right, so my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5. Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to.
Would you think streaming or 9 to 5 is harder? I think streaming, say that, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Streaming, yeah, bro. You're just trying to be on the opposite side now.
Yo,
Do you
mod,
stream?
kick him.
Do you stream, bro?
I know that guy, kick him.
Bro, listen though, cause I'm a streamer and I work a 9 to 5, so it's like I kind of like I saw some arguments on both sides with like some of the streamers. Yeah, it's hard as fuck to stream because like some days it feels like you're putting in more than you're getting. So like that shit, you know what I mean? It's a mental thing. But like once you like lock the fuck in and you don't give a fuck, it's all about not giving a fuck in my opinion. Like real shit.
Shit, I haven't done
To the motherfucking bullshit job and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties. Sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
When you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We
I'm
have to
still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of
Bullshit.
people critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought we
You guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy,
what's
bro.
the next trend?
Because
What's the next
shit I
idea?
go through
Oh
every
my
day.
God, I have to stream today.
He's so
Dogs
that,
that
bro.
wanna bite my ass.
good at trolling.
He's so dead. No, I think he's dead ass,
Nah,
bro.
he's trolling.
No, but he's been saying this shit though. Like it's not new. This is not new about him saying that streaming is harder. That's how I found out about Lacey, was because he was like a viral clip of him saying that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. So he's dead ass. That's why he's with the microphone and why he's so like aggressive.
And you have lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks.
She said, "Whoever this guy is, he made me wanna." Yo, it is not that funny. I mean, it is not that serious. Yo, bro, thank you for the follow, Brody. For real. Faith, right? I'm assuming Faith, or is it? How would you pronounce that?
If it's Faith.
Yeah, but it's the underscore in between. What if there's like a little space? You know what I mean?
Bro,
Faith.
it's just Faith, bro.
Faith.
Five.
Wait, that might be his name. Like, if he say something, like, we'll know. I can't even listen to this, bro. I'm telling you, it makes you mad. I think that's why.
This is
like,
bro.
that's what I'm saying.
Bro.
Let me up.
He's trolling.
It is trolling.
He's rage baiting, bro.
He can't be, bro. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. Like, he might be serious
Bro,
about this.
He's rage baiting.
Think about the time it takes for streaming. True.
Nah, he's trying to.
I'm not gonna lie. Bro, that's the thing though. I saw a clip of him, of Lacey, of this dude, and he showed like the amount of views he had and all the years he was streaming. But he was streaming to like 6 people for like a good year straight, bro. 6 people. Then he grew to like 14, and then it like he bounced up to like 50, and then 200, and then like, you know what I mean? Like it just scaled up. But like, think about it. He was like young as hell. He wasn't an adult. He was a kid with no bills. You can pick your hour streaming. You gotta be at work.
For my other friend.
Hi, bro.
Yo, they just all.
You gotta be at work from beginning to end, regardless of how you feel. True, that's a true. Like you can't stream some calm stuff and still pull a decent amount of viewers. That's true. You got hella people hating too.
You stream?
Word, like I wish I could get hated on. Like if that's how you blow up, bro, I want to get hated on.
We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
Real.
You got
high energy 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and get back and get paid
I don't
big
even. We're
money.
not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit
stuff.
I gotta
Oh, nah, he
trade
is
this
rage
for
baiting.
Not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't get
Just
paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming
Nah. Yo, that's rage. That's rage baiting. Nah. He can't be serious.
Yo, he's goated.
Bro, look at bro face in the back. Like he know already. He said you can't take spam. Oh my goodness. It's either they're so far from reality or like streaming harder. Yeah, I'm about to you better get the boot. Say that.
Oh, this is frustrating. We don't like this video. You have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F does not define shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you're right, homeboy. You're right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Yo, this
Unfortunately,
lady.
these flags are actually useless. We decided to
Well,
use
I
a
don't
timer
know.
instead because we suck at explaining things.
I didn't watch the full video though.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. You know how hard that is in a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's going to last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why you
cook,
gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree,
Yo,
I have this.
oh my
This could end for me
gosh,
tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you said,
Oh my god.
This is low key hurting my
I
heart.
feel bad for the old lady, bro, cause she think they did ass.
Oh shit. Yo, what's good, Red Cloud? Damn.
Yo.
We watching what's harder, streaming or 9 to 5, bro? This
Oh my goodness.
shit. Then you can see that they're turning red, like all of them. Look,
Yes, bro.
peep.
if you all of a sudden,
to the
you
moon.
lost all your followers,
his life
what
hard.
would you do?
I know what he'll
Sorry,
do.
bro.
Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the
And
office.
I would think
Hey,
that
yo,
that would be a much easier job
chill.
than streaming.
You gotta go into
But
your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn
yeah, but
around.
you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to turn
proving my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all.
Yo,
tomorrow.
Ari, send the Discord link in the
If
chat.
let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say
Yo,
you
if y'all
have
want to join my Discord, just join the link.
hundreds of people
You know
lined
what
up to
he's
go
good
cook
at,
over
though.
here,
You
cook
know
over
that.
there.
You
You
make
could be a
here.
private chef.
My phone, let me pause it. You said what?
He's good at like they say something. He's good at like reversing it to where it's technically not even what they said. You not here? You're proving my point.
No, she's not. Bro can't hear stream because got ear surgery and can't use headphones. Damn.
Oh, he's talking
Yo,
about
Michael, thank you for the
himself.
follow, Brody. You right though. Alright, but let's jump back into the video. My fault.
Be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see
Yeah, they
red
know.
flags.
Look at
Yo,
these.
Lacey, it's the truth.
Oh, everybody was
I
opposed
think
to
something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal. I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 local cans. I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
Yeah,
My
they're so
name is
good at
Rhonda.
this
I'm a
shit.
registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you.
From 35 years ago, I
35 years.
decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative. I thought I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda, I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda, have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
Yo, I don't know how they like. They're so good at that. I wouldn't be able to do it like that.
Yo, they're perfect.
Like they could hold that like that
They're
energy.
Tough, bro. They're tough. Anything for the views.
Yo, what if she stand up and slap his shit like right there? That'd be crazy.
30 days straight.
24
hours a day.
Day and night. No break.
We all stream.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about you have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
Nah, I'm saying, bro.
Never ran a 3-minute.
Yeah, my fault. The acting is top tier. It's actually insane. I don't know how they can maintain, bro. Like, he has a straight face saying this shit too.
Ashtrays, you're short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now,
It's fake
think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person, we call them parasocials. They judge your relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you.
I got caught with my ex.
I got caught with my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health, when you stop caring about
Was she underage?
I don't know, but he got treated for a pedophile.
what people
That make
think
no
and
sense.
what they say about you, do you? And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about you.
That's
true.
That's our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
not
What do you
really.
think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, etc., or 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh,
Shorthand.
Yo, I can't watch this.
Yo,
I can't watch. Yo, they're so good. Yo.
Yeah, once it got to this part, I saw this part. I was like, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, nah,
Yo,
they're faking it.
Yo.
Look at look at Lacey's face though.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
Nah. Nah, they funny though. I'll give it to them.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
part of the
editors,
Faze team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
That's bad take.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad
Nah,
They
for
wouldn't
real.
have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
Bro, I thought Faze was a gaming group, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know.
Nah, they had to change it around because Faze was dying, yo.
True.
Wait, run it back.
Wait, what he say? What for? Like right here?
I don't know. I heard them like screaming.
Oh, he said that all the filming people are like.
Run it. He's
The
running.
ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
That's bad take.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
True. That's true. That is true.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies
Nah, this
that have
guy's
9 to
crazy.
5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real
He
job?
actually
I worked
hasn't.
8
Wait,
months.
he
I worked a
hasn't.
double. I worked Walmart.
Bro,
and
he's
Panera.
been yo.
What's his name?
Adap has been doing this shit. Bro, I think you weren't even born when he started doing this shit.
Probably not.
Nah, I'm trying. Like 2012, like 13.
What the fuck?
Honestly,
I was agreeing too.
I actually feel like they're wrong.
That's crazy. Markiplier been doing this shit for a minute. Round 2, Stable Ronaldo. Oh shit.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah, when you go to work every day, everyone's
so you're
like-
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
Well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Wait.
Well, it's because you're
I ain't gonna lie. If you put it like that,
wait.
low key.
What did he say? No,
he said like the basic 9 to 5 without a degree. So he's talking about no college, no skill. He's talking about like fast food.
Yeah.
He's talking about like that type of like he's low key right. I'm not gonna lie. He is low key right.
Yeah, but that's excluding all the other 9 to 5s where people actually get degrees.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what he's saying though. That's what I'm saying. Like like that, he's right because it's job. All you have to do is show up, and they teach you what to do. You don't need a degree for a custodian, bro. Custodian, all you gotta do is clean. No, clean shit. No, yo, why are you looking at me? Shut up. Shut up. Damn, I'm sounding like one of these streamers.
Yo, shut up. Yo, shut up.
You got to lift heavy. Okay, that's true. But like they're saying though, like you don't have to think. I feel like
I agree with them.
Right, shut the fuck up, bro. Don't get body slammed on stream, Sana. It's not like cleaning your room.
Guaranteed, and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay. That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at
he hasn't made any points. He's just restating what he's saying.
A job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
yeah,
we're talking about pay.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like he's not saying anything. He's just restating what he's saying.
He just he doesn't know what to argue.
He's trying to cook it up right now. He's plotting right now.
Start with though, but it doesn't make. But you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't you answer my question?
Anything.
You know, you 100% are. Yeah. So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
stuff
is
that
difficult.
You need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone. Yeah. You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch YouTube. So it's the same thing. Absolutely, so the people that you're entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true. But you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment.
As a job.
But this is
entertainment.
But my question to you is why?
Absolutely.
So do you truthfully you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best example, is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
in the sense of everyday activity. Some people around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh, okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
of
people.
When you're creating that content, and you
I didn't get that clue.
You're dealing with you.
No, he's going in circles.
Not true.
That's
not true at all. I have an editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing any type of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on the camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your coworkers and interpersonal thing, tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead. No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that.
No. Let me hear me out. Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that.
Sorry, bye. See you later.
So you got a lot of flags.
He didn't want to be on the scene.
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not going to
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works at 9.
You're right.
You're right. Nah, Ray Faze is crazy. He said, what's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. I'm not going to
like that.
Alright, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to come.
Yo!
Why did they do that? Why did they do that?
Nah, that was bad. That was bad, bro.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, like, what was on? I'm not gonna lie, let me not shit on Auntie, bro. Let's not shit on Auntie, bro.
Yo,
she had that shit on though. It's different. You feel me? It's unique. Be yourself.
I was locked in on the argument. Why did they switch?
Nah, this is why he started laughing.
Still have to work in a certain amount of time. I come home. I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a
That
beautiful
shit fresh
girlfriend
though.
that does all.
Her shit fresh though. I ain't gonna lie. She had the nice buzz cut on the side. Wait, hold on. She had a mullet but sideways.
She got like Chris Brown on the left.
Chris Brown on the left, and Odell Beckham on the left, on the right.
On the right, yep.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000
you better
followers.
shout out. She better
off
shout
of
out.
that, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you
Nah,
guys
she
can
should've shout
afford
her shit
to
out.
say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2
has
weeks,
a,
and that can be
an
content,
account.
that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have
Decent,
your girlfriend
ugly
when you
shit,
go
bro.
home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. I was so you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went
We got
super
the same
up,
chair.
and then all of a sudden it went down. Right, I lost everything, fell off
was about to
completely.
though.
About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9-to-5 worker has been there.
So
that's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, living alone in an apartment,
wrong for that,
was
yeah.
paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every
I
month.
was in the red every single month.
chill, bro.
Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too, and everything's going down. Where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
So I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege? Before you
It's
go?
privilege because you have the support system
She
to
got
have.
him.
How did she get him?
That's privilege. A lot of people.
Oh, start working at 16. Okay, now I saw this clip on Yeah, I saw that. No, I saw this clip on TikTok, and now that Angel said it, yeah, it's true. Most people start working at 16.
Also,
so there's
like, what's it called? A lot of people like he lived with his mom. A lot of people don't have the setup he had.
True.
They don't have the setup he had.
He had a PC.
I got a house he lived in.
I got a PC when I started. Not when I started working. When I started making actual good money, that's when I got a PC. That is 100%. People start working full time and go to school at 16 to literally survive. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, nah, she got him. She got him.
Yeah, she got him.
Not everyone is privileged to live with their parents. True.
A place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What is
take
that?
9
That's
to
a whole
5.
different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
That's a whole
A
different
lot of
When they
people
work
don't
9 to
have
5?
families that support them or
But
accept
that's a whole
them
different conversation. What does that do with the 9 to 5?
because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to
opportunity-
LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Why he trying to
Do
dick?
you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling. I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage.
Look at him.
I get it. I've definitely helped
He resold shoes to help pay his mom's mortgage. I don't know.
my family out in times where I was able to.
I ain't gonna lie, you can tell he's triggered.
He's
low-key a little triggered. I could tell. Not everyone,
So had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain
What does a
opportunities to
flag
make
mean?
money. in
it's
the
like they
first
got something
place.
to say. I think.
So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life.
I
to
guess
that.
we
I
never
know I
know.
would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month,
Alright,
let's
bro.
say just in simple terms,
I
we all
guess
got
we'll
paid
never know.
$100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question. Would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her.
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Wait,
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure,
they
but
didn't.
content creation gives you the ability to have those savings,
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say I
lose,
lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous
True.
viral
But that's-
videos. Even
yeah.
if people are hating on you and
That's not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to school.
nah, I hate that.
You
I
went
don't,
to
like,
school?
I don't like that they bring up doctors, bro. Like, bro, doctor, that's like hard as shit.
Yeah, that's different, bro.
Like, they shouldn't be bringing up doctors in this conversation.
To be a
Like,
content
also, like,
creator?
they
Streamer
don't-
University.
They're trolling.
Nah, bro, I think he's being for real. He got triggered a
He's a
little bit.
good content creator.
Him? Yeah,
so
he
he's
is.
gonna make the
He
content.
is. He know. Nah, they know,
They're
bro.
rage baiting, exactly,
They're
they're
good, bro. They're good. I need to be like this one. I ain't gonna lie. I need to be like them. I'm not controversial though. I need to work on that.
Oh my gosh, she's a dad.
Uh-oh. It's the biggest fucking troll.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
I didn't even
So
know
first of all, I
he was
want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not
Oh, shit,
a
what-
daily thing. It's a weekly thing. It's a
He said, "We don't even make that much money in this economy. This is brain rot. This is brain rot. I'm gonna be honest with you. It really is. That's a good point.
monthly thing. It's a yearly thing. It's a life
Still don't.
thing. And if they
I don't
screw
know.
up, they lose their job.
I'm getting fatigued.
And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss,
Nah.
they're going to lose their job.
Like,
If you
listen?
lose some followers
Oh.
because of something you say, you'll get other followers, and you have
I
you
wanna
have a
see Jason.
large following enough where there's enough
yeah.
of a range of perspectives
I didn't even
that
know he was-
people
I wanna see
will always
Silky
be on
too,
board
though.
for you as long as you're producing
Which one's that
content.
one? Oh, the
People
one to
who
the left.
screw up.
Yo, all right, Chad. We're gonna skip. Should we skip him though? Because he's a troll.
Yeah, he is a troll.
You wanna watch it? Let's watch a little bit.
Their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession. There's not a lot of jobs.
Nah,
as
but he's
could be
looking
now.
smart, though.
You know,
Him?
they
Yeah,
get
he's smart as shit,
potentially
bro.
homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and
When
came
someone
back?
is-
I mean, it happens all the time.
That's
Your
facts.
boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years
Okay,
and years and
okay.
years and hours of
Okay,
trust
all right.
and communication
Sacrifice.
and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
Look, the
you
things-
don't just fall into
Sorry, bro.
1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of
Why
you
are you
and like
laughing,
talking to people, whatever. But at the same time,
Yeah,
like,
her haircut is really like. I'm sorry. Let's just be honest.
Chill.
I'm gonna chill.
So you never know. You don't know what happened.
You don't know who's watching.
you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, man.
We have to-
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to
facts.
Silky's point,
That is a
so you're
point you can
essentially-
use.
What?
That he does. He teaches the same material every time.
True.
But,
But like,
like-
it's there. It's there.
reteaching the same
Yes,
curriculum
you
to
know.
the same students.
That I had to take
You know what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was
Oh,
12
yes.
years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I
You were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room
Take
could
him
hit a crane
serious.
shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if
So
that's
I had
something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4
All right, bro. This is not. He brought it to the next level, bro. You want to continue it?
years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do FazeClan, build FazeClan out, fix FazeClan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
you're how many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
Yeah, all of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was
Was it just you?
Nah, it's true, bro. I feel like you need a team on this shit, bro, to like really go far. But
Oh my gosh.
what, Silky?
No.
The lady?
Lady.
Yeah, she's coming right now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
all right, yeah, we go. That's why I wanted to watch it. My fault. We gotta skip this video. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. This is a 40-minute
Nice to
video.
meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with
Ah,
elementary
she's
school
so
children.
nice, bro.
I have been
She
an
got a
executive
clean cut
secretary
though.
legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that, you know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9 to 5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the
Auntie. That's a bad take, Auntie. Fuck. Nah, I like her. I ain't gonna lie. She's really chill. She's so sweet. For real.
Are you aware of that?
She got that shit on though.
Are you aware of that? Like, we could just be real. Like, we don't gotta lie. Like,
She not right there. We're like, you acting like she right there. Like, nah, her cut, that shit. it's just different. You feel me?
Yeah.
But she's a really nice person. You could tell.
Green, you're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for it? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch a video and
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out and to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so.
So, but I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay, now.
God, that shit's going on.
Go to the club. You get to put some shades on while you're dating to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what you
happening
do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world.
Alright, I'm done watching this shit. Let's just watch a little bit of Jason and then Where the fuck is Jason? Alright.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, you a clip farmer, bro.
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming.
That's a good
so
question.
do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide. I had to make sacrifice.
So
And that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9
You
to 5,
lost the human
if I was
touch
flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe 1,
But
2, 3.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The
No,
point is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to
that
5. That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He ran up a
I
bag.
did it for a
bag.
bag. But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
Alright, we're gonna end it there. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, bro. That was a YouTube video of the day. Oh, damn, Chad is in my face. We gonna put it on Angel's face. Alright, thank y'all for watching, man. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit, bro. We gonna catch y'all in the next video, bro. What y'all think? What's harder, streaming or 9 to 5?
The Chad's in my face,
bro.
bro. Just take that shit out. Yeah, there you go.